The new story. What happened next? For days, Hem stayed in his home by Cheese Station C, pacing back and forth, fussing and fuming. He still expected more cheese to appear every day, and couldn't believe it when that didn't happen. He felt sure that if he stood his ground and waited it out, things would turn around. But they didn't. And why didn't Ho come back? Hem came up with many different answers as he paced. At first, he told himself he is coming back. He'll be here any day now, and things will go back to normal. But it had been any day now for days, and Ho still wasn't here. As he grew still more upset, Hem's thoughts took a different direction. He forgot about me. He's hiding from me. He's doing this on purpose. How could my friend betray me like this? This last thought made him angry, and the more he focused on it, the angrier he got. He was angry that Ho had left him alone, angry that the cheese was gone, and angry that nothing he did seemed to fix or improve the situation. Finally, he stopped and shouted, "It's not fair!" Worn out from pacing and being upset, Hem collapsed into his favorite armchair and began to brood. What if Ho had got lost? What if he'd been hurt or worse? Hem forgot about being angry and just thought about his friend and about what terrible things might have happened to him. After a while, a different question occurred to him. Instead of why hasn't Ho come back, he began to wonder, why didn't I go with him? If he had gone with Ho, he reasoned, maybe things would have been different. Maybe Ho wouldn't have gotten lost. Maybe nothing bad would have happened to him. Maybe they would be eating cheese together right now. Why didn't he move with the cheese like his friend did? Why didn't he go with Ho? The question gnawed at him, like a mouse gnawing on a piece of cheese. Meanwhile, he was getting hungrier and hungrier. Hem got up out of his chair again to do some more pacing, and he tripped over something on the floor. He bent down and picked it up. It was only after he blew off the dust that he recognized it. It was an old chisel. He remembered the day when he held that chisel while Ho hacked at it with a hammer until they made a big hole in the wall of Cheese Station C, looking for new cheese. He could almost hear the sound of the hammer and chisel echoing off the walls of the room. Ping, ping, ping. He poked around on the floor until he found the hammer they had used, and blew the dust off that too. He hadn't realized till that moment just how long it had been since the two of them, Hem and Ho, had gone looking for cheese together. He missed his friend, and he was starting to worry. All this time, he still expected more cheese to appear, and for Ho to come back. But there was still no cheese and no Ho. He had to do something. He could no longer stay home and wait. He had to go out into the maze and search for cheese. Hem rummaged around, found his running shoes, and put them on, the way he and Ho used to do when they were first exploring for cheese. As he began to lace them up, he reviewed what he knew about the facts of the situation. He knew that he had to find more cheese. If he didn't, he would die. He knew that the maze was a dangerous place, full of dark corners and blind alleys that led nowhere. So he had to be very careful. Finally, he knew that if he was going to get through this, find more cheese, and survive, it was up to him. He was on his own. He wrote all this down on a piece of paper and put it in his pocket so he wouldn't forget. The facts of the matter. 1. I have to find more cheese. If I don't, I'll die. 2. The maze is a dangerous place full of dark corners and blind alleys. 3. It's up to me. I'm on my own.